Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hi Tetsudoki, hi Kev, hi Kiaro. Welcome to day 4. WSL winners versus pros, and the game already started, so let's jump in. Let me check if I have the proper settings. It seems so. Hi Pinok. So today we will have 3 games once more. This time we will have Shingo Ito 6-dan playing against Kenayu, Rook handicap. Then we will have Hanawada playing against Remy, and again Hanawada Ladies Tokyo playing against Quentin. Both of those games will be even games, so we will look forward to it. Now let's jump in. Well, it's still 6 o'clock, Kiarox. The stream is usually at 10 o'clock, so in 4 hours. So starting from the beginning, this is typical for Rook handicap. You're gonna close the bishop line immediately, and then it is typical for a handicap receiver to go for the 4-file pressure because you want to exchange the bishops. Now we will allow them to do so as our position would be bad. In case they drop the bishop, we can repair our shape or drop the bishop to counter that. We're gonna see what happens in this game. So we're gonna set up a prediction. Who's gonna win? And you have 2 minutes to vote. So it seems like Kenai, instead of dropping the bishop, he decided to retake the pawn. Pawn drop happened, and here Ito sensei corrected his shape. Now both sides will need to be very, very careful of not allowing the other side of dropping the bishop on the back rank, so that they don't get a horse. Meantime, I'm gonna finish my dinner. Different from usual, today's prediction is very, very small. 10 points versus 1 point. Oh well. So what happened as I was eating? Genayo tried to drop the bishop, but this bishop drop, as you know from normal games, even games, is countered by this bishop drop. The bishop cannot run away, so he takes, and this way, as compared to this position, Gote managed to move their king for free. So what followed is both sides are gonna create some kind of castle. For Ito Sensei, it is important, and he keeps those generals here to not allow any bishop drops. And here, finally, Kenayu goes for the 4-5 rook. Because this is 2-piece attack, having 2-piece in defense is necessary, so the silver goes up. And here we go! The game is reaching slowly the middle game. What Kenayu can do is create some form of castle, one or another. It would be natural for him to develop the knight, because currently it's 2 pieces versus 2, he cannot break through. It seems that Kenayu goes for a deep castle. He moved the king here, followed by the pawn push. Possibly Anaguma, or left side Mino, or silver crown. In case you wanna play silver crown on left side Mino, you wanna push the edge pawn to defend it. In case of Anaguma, you just push the lance up and hide the king in the corner. Meantime, Tetsuda Kid is bored and is asking if anyone wants to play with him only Shogi. Feel free to do so. And so it is left side Mino. The problem with left side Mino is that the king line is open. So for example, any possible bishop drop to this line will end up being a check. Now Ito Sensei puts the knight up, which will mean that he puts even more pressure on those squares. Kenayu closes this diagonal, probably going for high Mino or diamond Mino, both are a possibility. In case of diamond Mino, you could try to build a vanguard pawn position. It could be a one strategy, but he goes simply for high Mino. The reason why Ito Sensei pushed this pawn is to not allow any vanguard pawn, and now he blocks off the possibility of another vanguard pawn. I forgot I cut my hair today. I just touched my hair and I'm like, wait, that's short. Yes, Wana, you just went to haircut a few hours earlier. Okay, so what's gonna happen is Ito Sensei is gonna develop the knight, develop this pawn, and still need to be careful of the bishop drop. Now this is interesting move, because not only it threatens to develop the knight, it also threatens to drop the pawn here. Silver takes bishop drop. That's a nice trick here. Now Ito Sensei pushes the pawn and the knight jumps. So what could have happened after pawn push though, I wonder? How do we defend it, right? Maybe we just allow them to drop it and then run? It's one possibility. Well, so Kenayu is probably going for silver crown. No, he also develops the knight. But in that case, you can see the edge pawn is on the 5th row, which means the king is has little less escaping routes. And now 2 for pawn to, well, do not allow another vanguard part. For example, if we push this pawn, the rook comes here, this exchange is not possible anymore. If the pawn was here, this knight wouldn't protect this pawn exchange. Alright, So the knight is the weakness. The knight's head is a weakness. If we take with the pawn drop will kill the knight. Now, if we try to defend it with the gold, then the gold will die. This or this way. So what Ito-sensei was forced to do is to drop the bishop. So actually, Kenayu managed to get a huge point here. He forced the opponent to drop the bishop into his own camp. I'm quite interested if there is a possibility of a bishop drop somewhere here. Next, what we're gonna target is to take this pawn, bishop takes, taking the gold. So what I imagine is that... yeah, it's pretty hard to defend. Yeah, again, if we take it, then there is a pawn drop. It doesn't help us. The knight has nowhere to go. Oh, okay, now you took the pawn simply. Alright. Now the bishop escaped from that line. I mean, if we drop the pawn into bishop's head and it goes back to the same square, it's a possibility. But there is a chance he goes to another square, like here, or here, or even here. Bishop drop to 3-7. I think it's a defensive move. Kenayu was afraid of this pawn push. Silver takes, bishop promotes, so he defended it with a pawn drop. But Ito-sensei just simply moves back the bishop. Keeping the connection to the guard and making sure it's not easily attacked. Kenayu doesn't slow down, he continues pushing. And Ito-sensei defends on the 6 file. Well, simply, if he would take it, the knight couldn't retake. What am I saying? Takes. Well, simply speaking, we block the bishop. We are able to drop pawns underneath it. Possible create some form of attack. Ito-sensei decided to move the gold up. Kenayu took the pawn. Silver retook it. The natural follow-up would be to drop the pawn to 6-5 to get a vanguard pawn. And silver, in that case, silver cannot go up because it would die. Although, there is a possible counter of a pawn drop. Which would exchange gold general for a silver, giving got a little bit satisfaction from this exchange. So probably he's gonna go down. If he goes down, there's no continuation for the attack though. There's an option to go up as well. Silver takes, pawn takes. But we're giving away an attacking silver, so it's a little bit... The silver here is not threatening, but the silver being in hand will be a little bit scary. Oh, we are not scared, Sasuga. As expected from a professional player. Silver 5-5. Instead of being cramped in his position, he wants to go more for more active move. It's kinda like saying, I will find a better move, a better drop for my silver, and I'm gonna defend your silver drops. So in case we exchange the silvers, which probably will happen, else this side will be cramped. In case we drop the silver, we can simply escape with the lance. It's fine. Now this kind of silver drop, maybe good enough. The silver move back, the target would be to capture the silver. We would be happy to show distract the gold and attack the knight. And then make an escape route for us here. If the gold would go to here, I think knight jump would be pretty interesting move to do. Targeting promotion and the bishop take. Alright, so what happens? We took the silver, pawn takes gold up. Knight jump. Alright, so yeah, as I showed in the previous situation, because the gold left here, it means this square becomes unprotected. And this knight becomes pretty good move. The gold goes here, simply protecting the 5-5 pawn, and then threatening to take 6-5 pawn with the knight. Knight takes, gold takes, bishop takes, creating an attack on the king's head. And as you can see, Ito-sensei's shape is nice and connected, right? Gold is protecting silver, silver is protecting the gold, and so it works here as well. The pawn this time is blocked by the knight and the bishop, which protects the rook attack. It looks quite comfortable from this side for Ito-sensei. The only thing he wants to find is the attack and possibly, as I mentioned, 6-5 knight is a way to continue. Kenayo drops the pawn, puts a pressure, possibly moving the gold up, putting the pressure on the bishop, trying to eat the knight. For example, this would give him a free knight because the bishop line is blocked. And yeah, so he does. He moved the gold up, and we cannot really give away the bishop, I think. Now this is a little bit of a pinch for Ito-sensei. So Kenayo's idea to move the gold looked a little bit dubious to me because it's a defensive gold and it just left the castle. But having an attack on the left side of the board, it does look promising. In the future, we'll be able to play moves like... I don't really want to move this 6 for gold though. Gold takes, pawn takes, we can make attacking, but this square, 7-6 square, will be unprotected. Doesn't feel comfortable. Bishop goes as far as possible. and possibly a pawn drop will follow. After that, the question is, what do? We could distract, for example, we could go for Saint Day, pawn drop, gold takes, take the pawn, gold up, bishop back, pawn drops, gold takes. That would result in Saint Day, which is a repetitive draw. And usually that would mean you would repeat the game, but I'm not sure how it's gonna work in this event. There is also a possibility of him ignoring this attack completely, because we are actually making a token over here. Just one step away from the king, or one step away from attacking this bishop. It doesn't look too bad, but the problem is most likely the activation of the bishop, and almost a checkmate threat. The token might be huge if we defend properly. But can you defend by retaking it with the gold? And the bishop takes the 7. Are we gonna end up in a repetitive draw? Alright, it seems that Ito Sensei found a better move. He forks the forks the gold and forks 2 pieces in the next move. Looks kinda promising, because if you were to go here, and if you would take the silver, the knight would get promoted, and here we would have the bishop in Gote's hand. Very, very promising. So maybe the only option was to promote the pawn after all. Okay, we go aggressive. So the problem with this is we give even more pieces to our enemy, while lowering the defense of our king's head. A pawn drop will follow. And the opponent is smart. We don't take this pawn, this gold, because the pawn will be 1 away from making a token. If we do this, and if they take, this pawn is not yet there. Sure, the silver gets distracted, but we don't mind. This pawn drop is huge right now. Oh, a check suddenly. Nice. If this is a check though, which I totally missed, that means that in case of this fork, we could have run away. Sure, but this also creates another type of fork. Yes, yes. But it was one of the variations I should have considered. Now, yes, we are surrounding the... There might be a good move here, though. Wait, what happens after this move? If we do this, naturally making the horse in front of the king, it's very good. If we go here, we then take this one. Oh, but that's not enough. This actually creates space for king to run away. Oh, that's so sad. Ooh. Also, the gold drop here creates some escaping possibility as well. I wished we had this pawn here now, right? Well, this is a tough cookie. You need talent to turn 2 problems into 3. Yep. Kenaya decides to simply sacrifice the bishop and take the knight. Next, probably threatening knight drop to 2-5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5. 5 MSKRS says that instead of bishop takes, you mean here? Yeah, that's a possibility. It looks kind of scary, but Gotha has this point here, so this would be also quite equal fight, I'd imagine. Alright, so Kenayu did take the knight, and if we were to pass, this would be kind of little bit scary Hishi position, perhaps also because we can take another gold, and if we were around here we would get closer to this token, also not very comfortable, so Ito Sensei decides to defend that knight, attacking the king's head, but we take the gold in this moment. And Kenai also retakes the pawn. So Ito Sensei managed to relieve a little bit of pressure because his silver as well would be forced to go to this side. He managed to keep it here. The problem is Kenai can keep dropping the pawns on the head of silver, making checks. But retaking the gold would seem necessary. Having four pieces in hand, it means the attack, there must be some attack somewhere. But for Ito Sensei, this is still scary. This is still a little bit scary. Probably a move he would like to try is like a gold drop to 6-7. If the silver takes, we can promote and retake the silver. Something, not simply taking the knight, but something to increase the pressure on the square. Kenai, unfortunately, will be below me in 15 seconds. Here we took the gold. And it's Ito Sensei's turn. He might consider defending a little bit more. Not really. Alright, and in this case, he simply takes. Okay, if silver retakes, what do we do? Do we take and drop the knight? That seems like a possibility. Or even a pawn. Remember, everyone, there's a bishop here. The knight drop would make a double attack on this square, which isn't really necessary, because the knight can simply promote. We could drop pawn at the head, but king can go sideways, continue escaping here. But this pawn push would be quite scary. Sorry. So who's winning? So this is the endgame of Shogi. See, both of the sides have a lot of pieces in hand. Kenai might have a little bit more pieces, 2 generals for 1 bishop. But the problem is, it's the Ito Sensei's initiative, which means he is controlling the flow of the game. He can decide whenever to attack, to defend. And because he doesn't have enough pieces, it's important for him to not make a mistake. For example, if he drops the knight and suddenly the kings start climbing up and you will be like, whoops, well, that's too late for it, right? This is the timing now. He uses his time to reconsider which way of attacking the king is the best. And whenever his king will be in checkmate, whenever his king will be in trouble in 1 or 2 moves ahead. Pawn drop to 7-5, simply blocking the king's ability to climb for a new Gyoku, entering king. It's not really a checkmate threat, I think. But scary looking. Oh, is it a checkmate threat? Still, the idea is the same, I think, to drop the knight. Please, can I just do not run out of time? I think it's the knight drop, because it's unprotected. Will be very nice. The knight drop here blocks the king's ability to escape. Kiyaro says, it's so easy to find moves by watching. I at least would be under a big pressure knowing I play against a pro. Yes, definitely. Definitely. In Shogi we say that the viewer, the watcher, has the best view on the board and they see everything. But the players that are playing the game, they read the best and the deepest. So yeah, Ito Sensei. Oh, simply push the pawn. Okay, if the knight takes, another pawn drop to 7-5 will be working. What if the king takes though?
10秒
Can I play a defensive move, which means we can continue playing offensive moves for free?
3 4 5
Was considering blocking the bishop diagonal with something? There was a silver drop, yeah, on king's head, I guess. So we have two bishops now connected to each other. If the kings run up, that's a check. Question mark? Checkmate? I'm not sure anymore.
20秒
Silver drop, gold drop.
3 4 5 6
I don't see it. I think it's a check. Okay, that's much simple. Just go back with horse and checkmate him manually, let's say. Put the horse here. King goes here. Add a general somewhere. I don't see.
20秒
The biome is scaring me.
4 5 6 7
Gold drop to here would be a checkmate because king takes and then the bishop and then king goes back and then silver drop. And the bishop is double check, so he has to run. Unless he goes here. Yes, I'm blind. I still think it's a checkmate because the bishop can... I'm not so sure anymore. Alright, so this knight drop, it's a checkmate threat with the gold drop here because
10秒
it's protecting this pawn. If the token takes, we can retake this pawn with the horse.
20秒 1 2 3 4 5
So can I properly defend the threat? But is it enough? We can continue attacking that silver. Or do we have a better move? One possibility is to like drop the knight here to continue attacking the silver. And I hope that Ito-sensei doesn't regret pulling the king up the board like this as the king escapes toward the enemy's camp. Yeah, I just wanted to mention, as the knight promotes, it's like another possibility to create more attack slowly but surely.
10秒
Promoting the knight, attacking the rook, maybe taking the rook even. The fact that we have the gold on the king's rear. Okay, so this is threatening. If king takes, the rook will run to 4-4 with check. But the silver drop will allow us to protect this silver. So rook takes, silver drop. And the rook is under attack once more. And once we have a rook, talks become easier.
20秒1、2、
One more
3、
thing, I don't know. Kenayu would be able to take this knight with the talking. Doesn't seem like a bad move. There is one technique that we might try is to drop the gold, gold drop, silver takes, rook takes, but we give away 2 golds
10秒
for a silver. And we have trouble finding the next check.
20秒1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
6th row means protecting the king's rear. Huh. If there would be a checkmate line, it would be by sacrificing this horse. King takes, knight drop. But the king can continue running here. Silver drop, king runs, and the knight is protecting the square next. So we would like to surround him a little bit more. Or attack the rook while attacking the king. If the rook wasn't here, then this promoted knight over here would become a checkmate threat. Even if the rook is here, it is still a pretty scary move. Because we can follow it up with this horse. Move to the side. Again though, if Kenayu takes this knight, the king will be able to run here. Gold drop would mean king will be able to run here. Check. King goes to the side. It's really hard to capture it once it goes over there. If the bishop moves 1 over, it can protect the pawn that knight is guarding. I don't know how. It's a bishop and this pawn is not on this diagonal. Unless you mean the horse when you go sideways, then yes. Alright, so attacking the rook. Once the rook leaves the 6th row, for example here, we can move the promoted
10秒
knight, which immediately becomes a checkmate threat. In this case, even if you take the knight, we can drop the silver, king runs, and take the silver with the horse, threatening more stuff.
6、7、8、9。
If the rook moved sideways, we could continue bully that rook. Now let's see which path does Ito-sensei choose. The thing about this knight move, it also threatens to sacrifice the horse, I think. Silver drop, gold drop, or gold drop, going up, silver drop again. That would be a checkmate itself. But of course, since this is not a check, we could continue defending somehow, one way or another. candy for me. So actually Ito Sensei had like 11 minutes left. Around the time that he promoted his bishop. Silver drop. Okay, silver drop is more forceful.
10秒
Don't necessarily see yet why.
20秒1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Okay, so it's simply to distract the king from the
10秒
entering the camp, and as the king takes, we take the silver.
20秒1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
But Kenai is like, nope, I'm gonna enter my king. But unfortunately, I think this is a checkmate with the horse sacrifice I mentioned before. I did the silver drop, which wasn't a checkmate. The knight is the proper answer. The king can go to 5-5, then the gold drop. Yeah. So that's the only thing that changes.
2、3、4、5、6、7。
And the game has finished. Now, time for my job of translating everything that Sensei has to say. Mm. It's quite good. That's not the word. Imagine. Yeah, in English you wouldn't say, you would say mimashita, right? Yoso. Yoso is a good translation. But it's kind of weird because yososhita means you predicted it, right? But he considered it. I think considered is the better translation for the word imagine. Because if he predicted this move, why didn't you play it, right? Um, so in the game, what did they play? They played this variation. Okay, so he could be more forceful in this variation by playing gold here and attacking the bishop's head, which the gold up is the only way to follow it up, and the pawn drop shut out. Yep. Thank you, Mori. Alt drop. Yeah, as speaking before, the knight is a very vulnerable piece. So by dropping, that's even cooler. But using the whole general for it? King safety is quite important, eh? Cinched. But this avoids the weakness of the 6/6 silver drop, so... Yes, you're right, Molly. Okay, now you're leaving host position. Oh no. Hana Wada is the next lady pro that's gonna give a teaching game. Let me see. And the next player to play will be Remit24. This is opposite from what the website is saying because there was a change. Remit will be the first player and Morius will be the second one to be playing an event game against Ladies Pro. Wada. My English is so bad, but as long as the meaning is inside of there, I guess it's fine. Oh, this is the position that we're interested in, right, chat? Was there a chance for Kenayu to play a better move? Oh. Probably as one of you mentioned, was it the name? It was MS KRSS. Yeah. He's searching for... Please. Oh, so this is the variation we talked about that we talked about when we get a gold exchange and the bishop would attack the king's diagonal severely. Unpromote would be the ultimate bad manners play. No, it would be considered a misclick. Alright, yeah, Wada Ladies Pro will be... There are actually two Wada, they are sisters. Kind of confusing. She's the younger one, the one that came to Shogi Pro World later. Tokyo, ladies Tokyo. This is her. Oh, where's my WSL? Hello. This is Wada Hana. There is also Wada Aki. They are the same family, but one of them is it's not written here, Ladies Tokyo, and the other one's Ladies Wanda. Yes, I remember correctly. In this So it seems like it was a possible play. But once more, the king is quite surrounded, right? There's a bishop, there's a silver. If you manage to pull it off, that's great. I have the other account to like watch the other games, so as we continue translating, we can watch them both in the same time, so don't worry. Don't worry, chat. Oh, double knight strategy. That's nice. The ultimate bet manner play would be make a Nifu to resign. Oh, this pawn drop. Oh, But 3-9 horse next. 3-9 horse. Aka Ito Sensei playing against himself in order to checkmate himself. Mm. Mm. Quite an aggressive line. Yeah, the king cannot enter. Oh, the prediction, yes. Thank you so much. And I will start the next prediction for the next game, which will be WADA Ladies Pro versus Remdude. Boop, boop. Reap my 1 point. You are the believer, that's what counts, right? Is believing in something that doesn't happen a good thing? Well, yesterday I was crushed into this handicap. Oh no, that's a Rook handicap. Yes! Because you believe things can change. People who are losing might win. It's like Christmas magic. It's a good thing. Christmas magic is a good thing, right, Mori? Oh, okay, so I was questioning myself. Is this Atsume? Yes. Wow. That's epic. I'm so glad we've seen this variation. Okay, so he goes here. Bishop can promote. And it looks kind of checkmate. Okay, he left. Yeah. Senpai. 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 Mr. Stuffly. I assume I'm a sensei, but... Oh, so we saw this variation where 7-5 with the silver, kind of alternative variation. Yeah. Ito sensei is really putting much effort into explaining the detailed Tsume line. So we are watching this variation as we talked before. So the next game started. There was this change between two players. Morius was supposed to play first, but Remit turned out to be the first one, and they're playing an even game. They play the bishop, then pushing the edge pawn, indicating they might go for swinging rook by asking, "Hey, do you want to play Anaguma?" And Wada ladies pro says no. So he's like, "Great!" And now she opens the bishop line. "Do you want to exchange bishop?" And he's like, "No." And here we go into 4-5 rook opening. The attack is without a continuation. That's so nice stuff, like. So nice of you. Senpai is something you would say like when you're at the school and you both are in the same class. Not the same class. Somebody's on the second year when, for example, you're on the first year and somebody's older than you second year, then you would call them senpai. But as there is a teacher, you never call the teacher senpai, you call them teacher, right? In shogi word, it's specifically shogi word, ego, and mahjong, I assume too, I don't know. Professionals are considered senseis because it's like a doctor, it's our profession. In Japan, you would call a doctor a sensei as well. Yes, exactly, Mori. Senpai is your senior when you're in the same kind of position. In that case, that would be a student. So, this is why it's considered good manners. I had people like call me Karolina without anything, and it was like in Japan by Japanese, it was like, why so disrespectful? Yo, Mysterio. No ending to my name. How dare you? Yeah. How would you call your boss, Mori? How would you like I guess like in for the Sato we would call him Kaicho, so we would use his rank to describe him, right? Yeah, by his title. Yeah. Kaicho. Mr. Chairman, kinda. So Wada professional, she pushed the silver into 5-3, which is indicative of slow game. 本当にありがとうございました。楽しかったです。Mr. Bossman. Bossman is the company that produces glasses, actually. I think my glasses are, yeah, Boss. My glasses are Boss, actually. So Wada Ladies Pro is going for Anaguma, even though she pushed the H-pawn, and Remed is trying something in form of Fuji system, but with king on 3-9. Nessen. Yes. Did I say Neshin? Nessen, yes. It's fine. The problem is the kanji is so tiny here that I was too tired to read it, and I was like, I'm gonna just copy it in the Jisho that's gonna show me like a big kanji. I'm kinda lazy. Salut, atu, cuckoo. What's a cuckoo? Sounds like coconut. In Polish, when we say somebody's cuckoo, we mean they are crazy. Yeah. I open a new reading. Here, I shall go to the second game as well with this account, and I'm gonna leave this one so that it doesn't make. And we're gonna watch fully concentrated on this game. Did Kadokura Sensei play today? No, Kadokura Sensei was yesterday only. I'm sorry the handsome man is not available today. You had one chance in your life, Xen. Now the next time you're gonna meet him is gonna be in Japan once you come here. So funnily enough, we have 81 Dojo Wandan playing against Ladies Pro Wandan. And we shall see. Wada Sensei is going for Anaguma or left side Mino. Most likely Anaguma. And Remed will have to contest it somehow. He keeps the silver on 7-8, which is one of the strategies you can play against Anaguma. Did you play with Wada Sensei before? I think so. I think I did, but I'm pretty sure that was not an official match. Or half official. No, Mori. No. I'm gonna pull my sleeves and we're gonna prove you who's a one done on 81 Dojo and who's not. So Remedy jumped with his knight to 2-5, attacking the bishop. Bishop was forced to go back or up. Wada Sensei chose to go down. Now Remedy is pushing on the 4 file, making use of the fact that this bishop is attacking the king, so pawn retakes was not a possible outcome. Now Wada Sensei is avoiding that line, and it would be usual for this side to like attack on the edge, but as you can see the bishop is here, lance takes doesn't threaten anything. But what could Remedy did is maybe drop a pawn here. But it's just a pawn knight attack, most likely won't have a continuation. The only problem is the knight is already here, which means if you're not gonna do anything, it's gonna get killed by a pawn push. So Remed is under the pressure of playing aggressive move right now, because once you start an attack, you have to continue attacking. So Remed actually is going for the edge, and we will see. We'll see the outcome of this game. I'm gonna put microphone closer because I feel it was a little bit further away, making it more quiet. And I know you guys like to hear me well. So 1-5 pawn, which is protected by the bishop, as I mentioned before. 1-4 pawn. So the difference between 1-3 pawn and 1-4 pawn. 1-4 pawn, by promoting to 1-3, will become attacking, being more threatening. But it takes 2 moves to do so. So now it's Wada's turn, and she will be able to answer that move additionally. For example, 2 to silver. The problem is also that Remed is out of pawns. One thing you could try to do is to push this pawn and sacrifice the lance in order to distract the bishop, move our rook forward. But currently the bishop will be blocked because of 5-5 pawn. It's a good move. Ooh, yes, so Remed is playing something we didn't see much on my channel so far, attacking Anaguma quickly before it's created. My style personally is to make double Anaguma and fight a tight shape with a tight shape, but there is also this way of playing, attacking before Anaguma is finished. Both sides have limited castle or no castle at all. Crazy stuff is happening, and all that matters in the end is how well can you go out of endgame out of the middle game into endgame. And how well can you read in the endgame? So that's quite bold for Remit's side, but if it's what he would usually do, he should be playing as he usually does, but the gold doesn't seem like a good move. The reason is we are already past the castle phase, and now that the gold move up, it cannot really join the attack. Well, unless we're planning to move the rook into 4-file. What does Sensei on the other hand? If she pushes this pawn, we might be able to take it with the lance, but as the lines open once more, the bishop will be attacking the lance. So, well, the Sensei played 2-2 silver, tightening the defense before doing anything crazy. This is what I would expect from a strong player. This is a move I would expect from them. And Remit attack is slowly running out of steam because even though we don't have Anaguma, more and more defensive pieces are joining the king's side. If Wada would like to attack at some point, she could push the 8-6 pawn. Pawn takes, bishop takes, rook takes, allowing her to exchange the bishops. But as I mentioned before, currently the bishop is protecting 1-5 pawn. And different from usual shogi, we don't want to go for the mutual attack. In this case, what we want to do is since our opponent turned on a fire, we're gonna put a pot lid on top of it and get all the oxygen out so that fire will run out of fuel. We're gonna take knight, we're gonna take the lance, we're gonna take the edge pawn. Having no pieces to attack with, Remit will be in a little bit pitfall situation. It's a very rare situation in shogi, but it exists, and this is a very important part in Aifuribisha, very important part in Fuji system. Once you start attacking, make sure you do not run out of gas. So 3-7 gold, next targeting 4-8 rook, but having no pawns once more will be quite troublesome. Speaking of more attacking move, I would consider 4-6 gold to attack the 5-5 square. Which could be reinforced by Wada Sensei playing 5-4 gold. Two generals in the center, very hard to defend. So here finally we're gonna go and put the pot lid on the fire. 2-4 pawn. 2-6 gold, so you can take with lance. Oh yeah, that's also possible. But yes, definitely too slow because 2-4 pawn is now active. This is, by the way, one of the reasons why professional players spend so much time in the opening thinking. If they were to come to this kind of variation, they have to make sure they played all the preparation moves they wanted before the attack, else they're gonna regret it the whole game for the 7 remaining hours they have of their thinking time. So, here we go. Pawn promotion, knight takes, silver takes, and the edge attack is finished. 1-5 lance will be answered with 1-4 pawn. No continuation, the lance will die. Speaking of the knight in Wada's hand, 2-5 knight drop next will be quite an interesting move to attack the gold. Not immediately because there's 2-6 pawn. And as Mori predicted, 2-6 gold was the target. I would expect 2-3 king. The reason is as we saw in the handicap game, guys. Handicap games are the best lesson. 2 pieces defense versus 2 pieces attacking. If the gold comes, you just block it, right? So that's the target. On top of that, the king runs away from the edge, where it was very tightly closed, no escape. Here it comes back toward those defensive golds. So it seems like Wada Sensei doesn't have a castle. It seems like she's in trouble, but actually she's completely not. Because if both kings are safe, then this 2-6 gold is the biggest problem on the board. 2-6 gold will be a piece that might work or not. And if it doesn't work, if it's gonna be captured or if it's gonna stay there until the end, it means Gote is a little bit happier from their piece activity. Now also Remed doesn't have a pawn in hand. 1-5 pawn is the only pawn he can take, which would give away the initiative. So instead he goes with 4-8 rook. Very, very direct approach, which is not advisable versus Anaguma, I feel. Anaguma likes you to do these moves so that they can defend it directly as well. Pawn drop to 4-5 would be something I'd expect. And no continuation again. Pawn drop 4-5. If we were to attack, possibly a knight drop next to continue the pressure, but once more we can also drop a knight to protect that. 5-6 pawn can be simple taken because silver is protected. We would threaten pawn promotion very close to the king. Scary, scary. So, yes, Wada Professional drops the pawn. If you guys feel bad for Remit to be losing, always remember he wanted an even game and he got exactly what he wanted. I'm roasting too much. Well, I'm enjoying fellow Lady Pro showing that we know what we're doing, that we are also professionals, that we love shogi very much and we know how to utilize all the pieces. It just warms my heart. In sadistic way. Alright, 3-5 pawn. Pawn takes. Especially the lower rated ones. Yeah. Honestly speaking, yes. But on the other hand, I would be really positively surprised if it would be an equal fight and if they would make some problems. I would be proud as a foreigner. Yeah, go France! Show this Japanese pro. It's like both-sided. No matter who's better, I'm gonna be happy. I don't know. Knight drop to attack 3-5 pawn and 5-5 pawn at the same time, but the knight just taking the pawn. Yeah, 3-4 gold probably because we want to avoid the fork on the king and the gold. The knight jumping to 5-5, it's simply threatening to promote to 4-3. So it's probably defendable with 5 to gold, little bit weird shape. And it will be Wada's turn to attack. And you can see that the gold on 2-6 is already in trouble because 2-5 pawn next is gonna kill it off, and 3-6 knight drop next is gonna threaten the king very directly. So let's consider this move. If we get one more general in hand, the king's gonna die, so we might do it very forcefully. Get one more general while attacking the rook. This would be over, right? Who do you support more, foreigners or women? Probably foreign women, but no, you know, I think if I were to do the prediction, I would vote for Wada because there is something like the honor of pro when there's amateur trying to beat you equal game, and we, as a community of lady shogi pros, cannot allow that. Yeah, but I'm like, I know it's all a joke, but I'm like considering which emotions are stronger in my heart. Probably the emotion of protect the honor. Alright, 3-5. I remember that Kitao Sensei was playing Base Q the other day. I think it was equal game, and I really enjoyed that game. But Baseku was 5 down, so it's a totally different story, right? Three, 5 knight anyway. Okay, so the target is if we take, we sacrifice the gold for the knight, and then we're gonna play 5-5 bishop. It is becoming interesting right now. It might have been a very good move from Remit because we continue the pressure. If we had no pressure, it's over. As I spoke before, no attack means the game is over. Currently, if we would defend it with bishop 3-3, there is a silver drop to 4-4. So Wada is holding the knight, probably dropping it to 3-6 anyway, threatening checkmate threat if the bishop wasn't there. The bishop is protecting to 8 currently. Mori says, I mean, losing an even game to a one-down online player would be a pretty big image hit. Not really. You never know who's sitting on the other side. Maybe he has just one done, but actually something. Like, imagine meeting Lily, right? Habu smurfing, oh god, that would be terrifying. Can you imagine? You wake up, you make your morning tea, you open the computer, log into your 81 account, challenge a random player, and it's Habu Sensei smurfing. Ah! Okay, so yes, we are attacking, but gold to 4-6 will block the bishop at threat and a checkmate threat. But the rook can cut it. Ooh. Normally would play 3-4 gold. Normally. If he drops 3-5 pawn, we take the silver, bishop retakes, checkmate. But what I expect is gonna happen is 4-3 silver unpromoted. So yeah, if this is gonna happen, checkmate, right? So perhaps this. And the fight continues, question mark. Maybe we don't care. Just make a threat check. Checkmate. Checkmate threat, brain. Checkmate threat. Too much streaming on this weekend, guys. Too much streaming. Hiyo! Up he Jake, go! Welcome. If the fight continues, gold 4-4, no. You mean here? Yeah. That looks cool. Because they cannot take it, because there is a checkmate threat. Checkmate, check, Mac threat. Yes, Macri. Hi. What's the most similar word to a noon in Shogi words? Hi, Fu. Please kill me. So Rook 5-2, even more directly attacking the bishop onto 5-5. Interesting. If the silver takes 3-5, we take the bishop, checkmate threat. So we would have to defend. Pawn drop where? There's a Fu here. Yep, it's a Nifu. It's a high Nifu. So, Nifu resignation. So, 5-6 pawn, again, might look nice, but rook cuts. Kilimanjaro of the rook on the 5-5 square would lead in sudden death. Same with for 3 silver. Very tasty looking move. So Remed decides to abandon his silver, which is pretty cool, right? Next he's threatening this, while still defending the checkmate threat. We have the option of dropping gold, bishop takes, knight takes, king takes, knight drop once more, then we have bishop in hand, right? If the king goes up, rook promotion will checkmate in 3. I lied, not in 3. In 5. If he goes here or here, he's surviving one more move. Maybe then we have trouble, because we've given away knight and gold. And it's this position. We could promote the rook, but then the gold dies. Then we could drop the gold, take knight. King goes down. We could take this rook with the knight. Then they have knight. 2 knights and a gold. They could drop the knight here, which is kind of a scary move. But then the king runs here. Silver unpromoted. Very, very scary. So this is probably what WADA Ladies Pro is reading right now. If she wanna go safe, gold goes down, silver unpromoted, then you take the pawn. This way you make it a little bit safer. Yeah, that's what I would expect. The other move, no, this doesn't work really. Woo! Alright, so we don't need the gold, we just go attack. Okay. So again, we cannot give away the bishop. Yeah, let's make it more safe. Yes, this is very, very safe play. We can sacrifice the rook in this situation. Pawn retakes. Then we have a gold in hand. But this is not enough to continue attacking. And this is what Wada Sense is counting on. In the previous variation that I said knight drop, it considers the fact he gives away this knight, but Remed currently has only a gold. It's not good enough. Not good enough. So maybe it is a smart play. Instead of going for mutual attack, going for I'm gonna defend everything you do, and then do the final punch. The simplest way to finish this game is to promote the rook and then drop the knight, because as we take this bishop, silver takes, dragon takes, this is gonna be over. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Brownet. And we are not giving away too many pieces until it's too late for Sente to use them. So now we're gonna promote the rook. 3-4 gold's gonna happen. King's gonna run to the edge. We're gonna take the bishop. Gold retakes. Sente will have a bishop in hand. What can they do with it? Yeah. Not much, I assume. I think I said that the knight drop will be the ending, but in current situation now that I counted, I think the gold drop is almost checkmate threat. So let's consider this, right? Yeah, brain. Take, then take. Yes, this is how shogi works. If we would go here, there's a bishop drop here and then a rook drop here. If we go here, there's the same thing but opposite. Now the question is, if we go here, then the rook. If we go sideways, what happens then? That's the last question, I think. I don't see a checkmate. So in that case, before we do everything, we want to have a silver, and then dropping the silver here would be the previous rook drop checkmate. Yeah, that's my... Oh! Remed took it simply. Okay, so... taking it simply means this line is open, but also means after we retake it, the king is free of opponent pieces stalking him. There is nowhere, no piece to like stalk him, so stalker, bully him. Maybe bishop drop to 4-5, but it's blockable by pawn drop, so the king seems safe after you take it. Wada is probably reading what I just commented with the call drop. I'm pretty sure. Ugh. Yes. Is there a way to checkmate it? Wait, that is bishop drop. Currently, there is no... Wait, I'm blind, am I? I think this... Is that somewhere? Am I blind? If the king goes here, we talked about this. Oh no, there's... Okay. Yes, I am blind. This is not a mate. This is still not a mate. For some reason, my brain was like, if the king is here, you can drop a bishop. But it was a mate to begin with. Alright, so we have eaten up the knight that was threatening stuff. So we're gonna drop another one, right? Directly to 4-7. Yeah, let's go. Wait, what if king goes up though? How do we continue this? Do we attack the bishop's head? Do we drop a rook? Do we drop a silver? I think the silver was better instead of the knight, but hey. As we talked with Paul on our chess ex-shogi streams, monkey Swiss check, monkey does check. Cannot blame it. I would also drop the knight. Pretty sure the silver was better though. King teleports to 8-8. Yes! It's the best move. Actually, it would be... Mori, that would be actually a checkmate threat. Like, you would teleport into Tsume. It's a homework for you. Checkmate in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 moves, actually, if you teleport to 8-8. Aha, you didn't expect that, did you? Teleportation fails. So king is still in a castle, surrounded by their bishops. Okay, so if gold takes, knight takes, king takes, we, by sacrificing a knight, took away one of the defensive generals. You don't seriously consider teleport place. Well, welcome to Shogi Harbour, where we do consider teleport place. Yeah, 8-2 would be much better. Although that also would be a checkmate. In 3, Ganjin. Checkmate in 3, not in 3, okay. Little bit more, because he runs up. No, it's still in 3. Checkmate in 3. Good job, you fail. You guys are not good at the teleport game, are you? Homework. How do you checkmate king on a2 in... Yes, 7-2. Well, 9-2 first. 9-2 rook first would be the answer. So as we said before, 4-7 silver would be a good move, but Wada considered taking out the gold first, so that instead of going against 2-piece castle, she goes against 1-piece non-castle. And I think it's a pretty nice option, but we have to consider, what if they drop out something in defense? How do we continue then? Guys, if you teleport to the enemy camp, none of those places is safe. Because the dragon can go to 5-2. That's the biggest problem you have. So actually, 2-8 king was pretty safe. Yeah, Shogi explained. Where have you been? It's already the end of the second game here. Hope you slept well. I think you slept. I have no idea. This is the second. The second, my dear friend. The first game, it was against Ito Sensei. Yeah, that's good. Don't worry, Shogi explained. We will have now a new Shogi channel for Shogi Harbour VODs, where you can, at any time of the day, watch our favorite streams offline, without the worry of Twitch deleting them, because they will be on YouTube. Slightly edited. Probably. I'm not promising anything. It's 1 hour video. Not sure how long it's gonna render. But there will be a VOD on YouTube. Don't you worry. Okay, never take a general in front of pawn, because that creates a token. Unless you're going for a cool sumo variation. You managed to make a Shogi Club 24 account? Congratulations. Not sure which is better, getting one done on creating Shogi Club 24 account. Both are very unlikely. Okay, enough roasting one eye. Enough. So Remedy is running his desperate attack to checkmate the king, but the king can run all the way to 6-2 and survive this attack. And the Sanda's king is in checkmate in 1, gold drop to 3-8.
これより秒読みに入ります。
Yeah, I've heard recently one down on 81 Dojo complaining he's 11Q on Shogi Club 24. But I really recommend Shogi Club 24. It has much bigger base of players and much stronger. They all know the Joseki. Yeah, 15Q knows the Joseki. Unfortunately, this game isn't about how many checks you give, but whenever you capture the king and the king has escaped, it's time to resign. Alright, we're gonna do a quick post-game discussion. There's only 10 minutes left before the next game. It was a great fight, great usage of Fuji system, but Wada, Ladies Pro, seems to defend it completely. Sasuga, professional player. I wonder if she's gonna speak in Japanese or English. Pretty sure both of the Wada sisters know how to speak English. Yep. No problem here. Beautiful English. Remy is a young, very good chess player. His dad is a top GM in France. How many rating points would a GM has if we would speak of internet? Hello? 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 Stop it, brain. You don't know. Okay, but GM seems very, very, very strong. That's amazing. 2,500 plus FIDE. I see. Super GM on gmsonchess.com around 3,000. But what's a super GM? Not like Graf. Well, his name was De Graaf. Grief. Pretty similar but different. Like Graf is a little bit young to have a kid, that's true. How old is Remid? Is 24 his age, perhaps? Remy is 16 or 17. Ooh. That's a pretty good play for that age. I'm looking forward to his improvement. Although saying their dad is GM is basically giving away their identity, there are not many GMs in the world. Well, his name is literally written over here, so we don't have to worry about making an icon name with your age seems like a short-sighted decision. Well, this is what I did. Ha. He just started Shogi this year. Ooh. That's even more impressive. On your next birthday, you're like, F. Yep. No, not really. Because in my child mind, I would be like, see, I made this icon when I was 16 years old. Yeah. Or something. I have an icon that has 16 in it. Because that's the year I started playing Shogi. Payment for handicap game is getting doxed. I'm not sure what... Oh, it's like roasted? Uh-oh. I thought you should play silver 6-7 in this position. I think 7-2 silver shape also exists, but 5-6 silver... There's also 6-6 silver shape, 5-6 silver also, 7-2 silver also. But perhaps considering that the king is on 3-9, maybe it's a better shape. Dox is if you publish someone's identity online. Yes, that's the payment for the handicap game. Apparently. I'm sure I will see him in French tournaments when the COVID's over. Well, say hello from me then, Ganjin. Yeah, like everyone's name. We know all of their names. I'm pretty sure it's only for the winners, yeah. But honestly speaking, the European players are well known for FISA Federation. We already know each other very well. So, can I reveal my identity to play a pro? In Shogi Harbour's tournament, you don't have to. You just win your group and you become the challenger for the handicap match without any payment of doxing. I understand, I attacked too quickly. Exactly. Alright. Should I be evil and check it with the computer? Yes. It's a position that I would play myself, so I have to know what to do in this position. Nowadays, people are playing Cozy Castle instead. So the computer would also play Silver 6-7. And Silver 5-6. That's also what computer would. You should have used silver more aggressively. Aggressive silver. I'm gonna eat you. I'll reveal my identity right now. Oh no, I am actually, in actuality, time zombie. I didn't know that. No, I knew it. I knew it. Dun dun dun. Yep. I like how they told me that there was a schedule change, but they didn't tell Wada Sensei. I don't know what happened, what kind of miscommunication was there, but it sounds kind of funny that this still happens. They told her via email. Okay, Thomas, I'm sorry. I didn't wanna speak about the organizers when they are listening. Yeah. So it was quite recent change, I guess. Maybe she didn't check her email. That would make sense, yes. 最後もギリギリでとても Wait, why is she suddenly speaking? Impressive impact. Why didn't Remy get a fancy WSL avatar change? That's a good question. Because he played only one game in the team last year, a game he lost. Okay, here is your answer, Time Zombie. There's an interesting idea at move 37, alright. What is it? Is it the one that I've shown? This one? Yep, I've shown it on the stream. No, okay. The continuation. Is drop pawn again. Retake with rook. Okay. And drop the pawn on king's head. Oh, for the edge attack. but the bishop's here. Okay, thank you very much. See you. Yeah, but I don't see if it's this impactful. Okay, thank you very much. See you, she says. And we're gonna start our last game. And our last game will be Whip Marius versus Hanawada Ladies to Q. An even game starting in -1 minute. So we gonna follow that as well. Oh, it's even because you trade rook for bishop. Oh, so we do take 1-5. Yeah, that does make a little bit of sense to me. Yes. So the last game of today of the whole season of WSL 2020 question mark is gonna be here. They said, have a nice game, and Wada Sensei said, you too. And so they start playing. It seems like we're going for swinging rook once more. Marius has okay knowledge on Shigenbisha. Alright. I'm gonna be expecting stuff. Oh wait, what about my predictions? Did I forget about my predictions? So the previous game it was Wada Ladies Pro that won. And we're gonna set up quickly another prediction. Who will win? Outcome. Ladies Pro or Marius? Here you go. Once more asking for the Anaguma, which Wada professional answers no thank you, but as we've seen in the previous game, it was a lie. By fake gold indicating Fuji system, and this time we might see Static King staying in the center. Is Anaguma home? No, go away. So those bets, you can bet your channel points to win more channel points. It's like gambling with channel points. If no one bets against me, I'll be sad. So you bet 1,800 points for Wada Ladies Pro. Alright. It should be on the top. Like on the top part of the screen. Chat. You can predict the outcome. Is it top on bottom? Guys, was it top or bottom of the screen? You can also type /prediction, I believe. Do it quickly because the time is running out. It's normally on the top. Okay. You were talking about the amounts. Yep. People there are with a lot of points there. A bet of even 10 points is worth it. That's true. Time is running out. And unfortunately that's, I think, 1,800 versus 0. Do you guys want more time to try to vote again? Some of the people didn't see the bet. Do you want to try again? Or do we just roll with it? So, you just need to bet for Maurice, yes. Alright, once more, got it. So please, guys, try to do it once more. And we're gonna vote once more. Who will win? Then we go with Marius. And we're gonna give you 5 minutes now, so that it's less of a cool prediction. But for some reason I don't see the... Okay, and then boom. Yep. Alright, the voting starts again. So to my disappointment, the king went to 3-9, so we're gonna see a slower game. 7-2 silver is still there. Maybe this time we're gonna see 5-6 silver shape. So I remind you, I have resetted the prediction. If you bet your points before, you have to do it once more. So Marius is slowly building high Mino. And Wada Professional is going for, I'd assume, Anaguma once more. Now I see people are voting 10 points and 40 points. Alright, I see. Very reserved. If you don't see it on the top of the chat, you can click on the bottom left of the chat where the button for channel point redemption. You can see the prediction things there as well, says Jen. So guys, on the bottom left you have like this icon. I think if you click it there will be this prediction thing over there. Why no handicap? Because they wanted an even game. And you can see that Wada Professional changed her mind. She played 2 silver, which will indicate a silver crown. Because now that she taught her previous opponent how to beat her, she's not gonna play the same thing, right? Oh, try to refresh, Moritz. Try to refresh the page, maybe. W-E? What does it mean, W-E? Without E? Whatever. Alright. I think if you refresh, it might set it up. Weekend. Yes, it's weekend. Woo! Party time! Yes. Says me sitting in front of my computer for the last 2.5 hours. You wake up on Sunday and notice it's weekend. Yes. Weekend for me, it's working weekend because I have to stream for you guys. The computer doesn't want to work on weekends. Yep. Yay, chinchillas. It's one of my many songs. Yes, Jen. Yay, chinchillas. Beautiful. Sunday chinchilla. Sunday chinchilla. Sunday chinchilla. Sunday chinchilla. Alright, back to the game. So we have a very slow opening, we call it. Silver Crown probably versus Silver Crown. And both sides will make a strong castle and then they will try to open up the position. In case of Marius, he will already have a knight on 3-7, weakening his king back, but also making some possibilities for attacking on 2-5 or 4-5. The usual strategy for Ibisha will be to target the bishop exchange so that we can push 8-6 pawn. What's an e-girl? Does e-girl sing? I don't understand. I'm just a shogi girl. Oh god, is it what all the gamer girls say? I'm just a simple gamer girl. Well, what's an e-girl? Unless you mean those from Twitch just chatting category. No, thank you. Writing the names of people on the arms and foreheads if they pay enough money. That's not an eager, I assume. Unless that's what you mean. Then Jen is right. You clipped it too. In their buff. Yes, in the pool, yeah. And what I like, there's like guys who pretend they are the same and they're like in the pool. They'll make like a parody out of them. It's beautiful. Weird things on the internet. No. It's normal. It was weird maybe a few years ago. Now it's a norm, Ganjin. Now it's a new generation. It's norm for them. What a sad reality we live in. Selling Habu Buffalo. Oh god, no. Jen, is this the exact song that I just sang now? Oh yes, alright, it seems so. Please post it on Discord. We shall use it in penguins. Penguin videos. Over here, buff swords turn people into zombies. What kind of thing you make buff swords of? Time zombie. Oh, I guess your name explains it all. Alright. The soap is made of time, obviously. Vezi accessed clip. What? Reda influx shogi. What does it mean? Did you clip the same thing as the Jen did? Did Jen? Jen did. Buff swords is the name of a synthetic drug. Oh, really? Yeah. Dobry dzień. No, dzień dobry dzień. Dzień dobry. Dobry dzień is Russian. It's okay, Kiarox. I saved yours too. I saved it too. Dobranoc. Chłyna noc, karolochy pod poduchy. We say in Polish. So we say good night. Flies under your pillow. No. Flies for the night. Cockroaches under your pillow. And there is something. It's Romanian now to translate it, I see. I used to have both souls in my buff and nothing happened, I think. Well, I'm not sure if putting drugs in your buff is a good idea, but... Sometimes I like to take a bubble buff. In Japan they have a lot of buff salts as well. Different colors, different smells. So nice. They even have like a summer version that they promoted as an ice cold version. Why would you lie to your pillow? No, not lie. Flies like but it's not fly. Pui. English. What's the pui for English? English. Does think. This think. Flee? Fly? Flee? No, it's not Liz. It's not. It's the guy that was... What's the English word? Please. Yeah. Flee. So for some reason we scare kids that all the bugs will come to their bed when they're sleeping. I don't know why. I don't know why. But we have this poem when you say that there will be fleas and there will be cockroaches, and then the kids like sleep well, right? Like, what the heck? Polish culture. No, dogs also can get them. Also, human can get them. Anybody can get them. Is this Silver Crown Anaguma? Yes. I was talking with other pro the other day, and we talked about different Anaguma names. And remember this castle in center that we've wondering what the name is? He confirmed it's probably called Track Castle. And then we called it like, we talked about Gangi, and then we talked, well, maybe this shape is called Gangi Anaguma. And we like came up with different names. But yeah, this is called Silver Crown Anaguma. Because it's the mix of both. The most powerful castle. Not really. Looks like hideous Pokemon. Yeah. The way you say please is like when you have no teeth and you say please. Please. Here you go. Perfect English accent. Oh really? Dog fleas are different? I didn't know that. To reproduce they need feline blood. Ooh. So if I have a dog, I don't have to be scared that they're gonna jump on me? Because they're different type of fleas? Alright, 2-5 pawn, middle game starts. Woo! So the gold to 6-7 looks quite unusual, but it makes sense because you want to use the rook on the right side. But it weakens the castle and it's probably gonna stay there until forever. Feline is pronounced like feline. 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 Feelings. I'm trying to mix it with Polish. Lean. Line. Feline. Line as in stick. Got it. Fee stick. Okay, feline. Got it. Brave of Marius to attack already. His castle seems soft. Well, his castle won't get better, so it's the only time he can do it. Bellissimo. Feline. Got it. With like a French finger sign. Like 999. No. Line a stick. Like decline. Oh, guys, you are under mistaken assumption that all the words that you're giving me, spell it like this word, pronounce it like this word, spell it, I guess. You are assuming that I know how to say the other word correctly, which might be dangerous to assume in my case. Filet. Yeah, that sounds pretty gentleman-like. Filet. La 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 line. Strange, I was trying to send messages on my iPad and they weren't sending. Maybe you were banned. No, I didn't ban you, Rico. It's okay. Fee is like in feet. Feline. Yes, but we can hear you pronouncing that too. Yes, that's true. Diagonal line. Oh god, we should do a stream where you just give me words and then teach me how to pronounce them correctly. Feline. Now we can talk about cats using a fancy word. Yep. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Is it like femono ultra microscopic Microscopic silicovolcanocoiosis. Here you go. Start with an easy anti-destabilismentarianism. Here you go. You didn't see Polish, guys. Polish is crazy. Antitypoparatipoidiquement. Okay. Okay, Kiarox season. Everybody feeling good? Angrily. Good one, good one. Feline, good. Yeah. Brent, it's feline. I got worse as you repeated it. Oh, I see. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Here you go. Morris, you're German. Can you give us one of your crazy 200 character words where you combine a bunch of smaller words? Hippopotama monstrosesquipedaliophobia. What's that? What are you afraid of, Rico? Your fear is quite difficult. 9. Okay. Let me read it in German. Donna Dampfschiffacher Chrysanthemum Betriebswerken Batten Betten Tankschaft. Here you go. Very German. Scared of long words. Oh, that's so cool. König Springer zurückhalten spotlich is at least common on topic of cheese terms. I see. Perfection. Well, I learned German. I combined the word German and learned in one word. I learned in high school. I learned German in high school. Yep. Les chôtes de la archiduchesse sont elles archisenches. Yep, that's very French. That's very German, indeed. Yes. I don't know how to pronounce French correctly, so I know that when French people hear me, they're gonna cringe, so I'm so sorry. German isn't crazy, they just don't believe in space. Yep, that would explain why they didn't give us much space in the World War II. Nah, okay, high level Shogi commentary right here. Yep. So back to the Shogi commentary. Now your French is okay. Thank you. Oh, that's the first time somebody told me that. But I know it's not true. Alright, so 2-5 pawn. I don't know why, but the ladies' pro games are longer. They have like 15 or 20 minutes per game. Which is very long. 1-5 pawn, and Marius goes for the edge attack. 2-4. It seems like a pretty nice attack, because this time the bishop, the rook will be cooperating with each other, and the knight in the right space, not being able to be retaken, and 1-5 pawn was sacrificed already, so Marius' timing seems a little bit better. And here comes the attack. Your French is Joseph, yeah. It's too soon for World War II jokes. Really? It's never too soon, they say. Franceが上手ですね. Do you know the Polish culture? You can joke about Poland, but the only condition you need to have is that you are Polish, else it's unacceptable. If you're Polish, it's great. If you're not Polish, it's like, how dare you mention this? No. So many pawns. It's only 4. I mean, sacrificing this all and then destroying this castle. Beautiful. So Mariusz might be considering taking this pawn or dropping this pawn first. Probably he's considering 4-5 pawn, because as the silver goes up, he can take it. I need to polish up on my Polish jokes then. Yes. What are Polish stereotypes? stereotypes about Polish or the stereotypes that we have in Poland about the other cultures? There is a lot of American jokes about Polish people because Polish wage isn't as high compared to other countries because of the money value that dollar has compared to Polish zloty. We would go to like America or England to work and people would think we are dumb, but we're not dumb. We just don't speak good English and it makes us look dumb sometimes. Germans are strangers. Stereotypes Polish people about themselves. When there is two poles, there's three opinions, we say. We also say Polish people can do anything. We also believe we are the greatest nation in Central Europe. Also believe we are Central Europe, not West, not East, we are Central Europe. Because we're not as French, but we're also not part of Russia, so we are Central Europe. When where there is two poles, it becomes a magnet. Young boys in New York at the turn of century like to shine shoes. Classic Polish stereotype. Yep. My dark humor says it's never too early for World War II jokes, and I'm Israeli. Oh god. Yeah, we have quite a little bit history together, don't we? With Jews and concentration camps. Oh god, there are some jokes about concentration camps. Oh god, there are some, and I don't wanna remember. The edge is weak for both, yes. But for Anaguma, it's the only weakness. Yeah, who are the Belgian to Poland? Belgium is the joke for the French. I don't understand. Then that neighbor we like to make fun of. Yeah. Who would we like? We like to make jokes of German and France and England. No, Polish, Russian, Rusek, Niemiec. So German, Russian, Polish. We always have this joke. And maybe Czech. We have this joke that one does something, the other one does something, and the Polish either the stupid one or the smart one. We have a bunch of those jokes. And they always meet like devil that gives him some challenge to do. And then they have to use their smartness to do it. Can Mariusz try pawn 1-3 to here to deflect the bishop from 4-4? There's no bishop on 4-4. You can tell Shogi Ganjin's French because he has spaces between his parentheses. What? That's true. Oh my god, you can tell that from that? Ah, Rook takes. Yeah. Oh, that's true actually. Oh, that's a good job. Now I'm interested in Shogi. Wait a second. Yes. So what Journey is talking to is this variation where we can sacrifice a piece here and get 2 for 1. This is exciting, but the king is pretty... If we have a bishop, he's dead. Kind of situation. But of course we're gonna try it. That's very exciting. That might be actually a very good game. Oh, he went with silver. It's good. I mean, he's still targeting the diagonal. It's good. I told a friend about a chess camp. He asked, how do you call a camp where you teach people to go? a chess camp, or a meditation camp, or a mathematical camp, mathematics. The silver to free. Would be possible, but she tried 5-5, which means the silver is for free. Fokasu prosić, yes. There's pawn drop to 4-7, yes. So if we take the silver, we can rock the rook, using pawn. And then question is who's better, right? We can still run to here, I guess. If we take, they take here. It's quite difficult. Bishop for 6. Oh, there's a bishop for 6. Yes. Yes, you're right. This would be a checkmate. We have to drop something, but we just take it, right? Because we have so many pieces attacking the same square. It will break through. Yeah, I think this is the... How about bishop takes 5-5, the move before? I like your thinking, guys. I like your thinking. Oh, click, 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 click. Aha! Aha! This is hard, yeah. Aha! Yeah, the bishop on 5-5 would be very, very good. Somebody says in the chat. Was he clicking arrows or something and he made a mess? Or maybe he's like, oh no, what's going on? I'm so sorry to get your attention. Yeah, it is very exciting right now. You sound like the English dub of Speed Racer. I don't know what's that. Nor how it sounds. So if it's losing for Wada, it means she could have tried the silver 3-3 that you mentioned before. Aha! Wait, what? No. This feels better for Sente, yes. According to the variation that we just analyzed with Journey, it would be winning for Sente. Yeah, you're saying the rook is hanging as well. I see the bishop can take it, yeah. Maybe silver 3-3 was the better option. But Morris is now 15 seconds to Piyomi. Come back. Come back.
これより秒読みに入ります。
これより秒読みに入ります。Yes, he has to capture, I mean. That's why he took the 4-4, right? In order to attack there. He might try to escape the rook after the second pawn drop to 2-7 in order to take the knight, but there's a lance drop on 2-4. It would be a little bit tricky. So silver promotion is better because you have bishop 5-5, as we talked about. Do you think an Anaguma with silver crown is like the king Anaguma? No. Big 4 is the king of Hanaguma. Maybe 61 move warriors could have sucked the rook. Yes, we were talking about that as well. But if this variation is winning after bishop 4-4, 5-5, yeah. Yeah. He missed the chance. Be brave. No. No. So now it's pretty much... He's gonna try to drop 1-4, I assume? And then 1-5? And then 1-4 rook? No, he goes for 2-4. If the silver takes, then 1-4 lance. Okay, that's the same idea. The bishop takes, then there is no 2-4 lance. Alright, that's the meaning of it. It is still a little bit close. Silver takes will also block the bishop line, which will be taken by the pawn anyway, by the lance anyway, but... So next, what I might be threatening is pawn drop to 2-6 with 1-7 silver drop fork on king and the rook. So that's what I would expect now. 2-6 pawn drop. Yeah. Rook cannot run sideways, else it's gonna be taken by the knight. So we will ignore it, but if we ignore it, it's also not too good. So Marius is trying to take the bishop. Yeah. Bishop drops 7-1. There is rook 4-2, as well as the fact that he doesn't want to sacrifice the bishop for the gold because it gives away the bishop. Pawn promotion to 2-7 is also quite checkmate looking, especially if you give away the bishop. Oh, I thought he's running away of time. 2-7 pawn promotion. If king takes... Looks very Tsumi-like. By lance drop to 6. If silver takes, silver drop to 3-7, I assume. He's coaching the king now. 2-7 lance drop. King takes silver drop. Whenever king's lance is runs, it's a lance drop or rook drop, and she will go with rook drop to 1-7, which also looks quite good. If he goes up, that's clearly checkmate with 3-5 silver. If he goes down, it's less clear to me, but silver 3-7, I assume. Then king goes to 3-9, rook promotion, pawn drop, knight drop to 4-7, silver takes, pawn takes, and it's he, she. But I was pretty
10
sure that
秒
it is Tsumi by the lance dropped off. You get Osama. No, the Osama is dead. The rook check, pawn drop, knight drop, silver takes. Is there a checkmate in that position?
10
There is.
秒
If the silver takes, we can sacrifice the dragon. And then drop the lance and then promote the lance. So this is also a checkmate line. It would be cooler if she dropped it. And Marius hit design. Short Hishiba, long Tsume. Well, not really. It's quite easy to calculate. Thank you for the game. I also like to play Reinhardt. Every time I'm gonna play Reinhardt, I will be like, thank you after the game. It's a beautiful phrase. Jen, did you hear that Overwatch 2 will have only 5 players with 1 tank? Heresy, yeah. Seisha. Tank. Yeah, but imagine you learned one hero and then they're like, no, you cannot play Furibisha anymore. Like, it feels this way. All right. Yeah, we all were considering the for free silver promotion. I wonder if this will be the... Maybe she's gonna talk about the Rook sacrifice here. Well, you didn't say the word. You said the phrase that precedes the word. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Rook sacrifice. The king is very, very weak right now. The bishop to 4-6 exists. Imply the existence, that's okay. As long as you don't use the D word. This position. I mean, if you want to get timed out, we can make that happen. Yep, that's true, Rico. That's true. Do you wanna be timed out, Shogi explained? Just say the word. Wasteful is like bad word to translate it. That's not the translation. If I had better translation, I would use that. Instead, maybe my. Wait, Jenny, wait. What do you call a person who is paid to take care of you and do household chores during your childhood? I'm like reading Japanese and reading English. My brain cannot comprehend those things. Ah, good one. No, what? Rico! What? Rico! That's not the word! I'm taking away your moderator rights. Yeah, but it deleted whole messages, which is kind of sad as well. It's a great joke. Anyway, that wasn't the word, Rico. He keeps going. By the way, it was Rico, not me, that banned you and kicked you. I will let you leave this time. Okay? Okay. For the bishop takes 5-5 line, it looks like lance drop 2-2 was strong. I see. What do you get when you try to divide 1 by 0 in JavaScript? Oh no, I know what it is. Oh no. Technically, Jen is missing one letter, so. Hmm. Nope. You just got a timeout. Oh god. Wait, let's unban him. Shogi explained. Okay, good. That was a little bit too much. No, it doesn't work. No, I'm also curious. I don't know if it's proper manner for pro to ask pro a question, but yep, I predicted you're gonna ask me to hydrate. And what is your favorite musical? It is dot dot dot. I don't know this musical. It wasn't called Lito, Annie. Yeah. King. No, no, it's okay. Naruto. You don't use ku with ni. Kawaku miemashita. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that. I don't get the banana joke either. Okay. You missed the game. You missed free, Rita. And so we have finished the whole WSL event. And what was the result in the end? We had a... This was a loss, right? Loss. Probably loss or win? Win, loss, I think. And we had loss, win. And today as well we had loss. Not a bad result, I guess. Yep. Go get Kifu. Go get the Kifu. Do people gain a ton of rating if they play a rated game against you? I never used my pro account to play a rated game, so I have no idea. Nice banana, nice sauna, nice banana, nice sauna, nice banana, nice sauna. Ox is like a broken vinyl CD. It's like, coming back, coming back, coming back. He wants bananas, guys. Give Ox some bananas and see you in 1 hour on Shogi Sunday stream. Bring your kifus. Wonder what happens if you deleted some of these letters. Ice banana. If you keep saying those words faster and faster. I have no idea. I don't wanna risk it. Goodbye. See you in 1 hour, guys.